heavy smell, and knew there would be no adventure in the world that he loved more than watching his mama make chocolate. Soon, the delicious bar of chocolate would be waiting for him on the table, and he'd spend the rest of the day walking around with a melted chocolate moustache and a big grin. It was like that every year, and it was perfect. "You know, Mama," he said one year as they huddled around the table making chocolate, "I bet you make the best chocolate in the whole world. I'd taste all the chocolate that ever existed just to prove it." "Do you know where they say the very best chocolate in the world comes from?" she replied, looking around as if she was readying to tell a great secret. "The Gallery Gourmet. That's where the finest chocolate makers have their shops." "Theirs can't be better than yours, Mama," Willy said. "It's impossible." She smiled. "Well, as it so happens, I do have a little secret that even those fancy pants don't know." "What is it?" Willy asked, edging closer. He wanted to know the secret more than he'd ever wanted to know anything in his whole life. "I'll tell you one day," she said. "Now, while the chocolate sets, would you like to open your present?" "We should go, Mama," he cried suddenly, making her jump. "Where's that, then?" "To the Gallery Gourmet," he said, practically bouncing on the spot. "We could start a shop." She raised a curious eyebrow. "What? Us?" "Yes, with our name above the door and everything. Wonka. Everyone in the world will want our chocolate. Think how happy we could make people." His mother brushed some chocolate dust from her apron and smiled. "Oh, I can see it now. A fine shop, tables piled high with chocolate." Willy's eyes grew wide as the place materialized in his mind. "And the tables would be made of chocolate. The whole shop would be made of chocolate." His mother beamed. "What a wonderful dream, Willy." He slumped. "Is that all it is? Just a dream?" "Hey now," she said. "Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours. And when you do share your chocolate with the world, I'll be right there beside you." "You promise?" he whispered. "I pinky promise," she said with a smile. "And that's the most solemn vow there is." Then she took a piece of paper, which she'd set aside to wrap the chocolate, and wrote Wonka across it, adding a swish and a swirl to the W, and carefully colouring it in. Once she'd finished, she handed Willy something wrapped in old newspaper. "Your present," she said. "The magician in town was selling it. Did me a good deal." Willy beamed and began ripping the package open, his fingers working fast to tear the inky paper. Inside, he found a new coat. He pulled it on. His hands barely went past the elbows. "You'll grow into it," his mother said. "One day you will. And, oh, the adventures you'll have in it." The coat came with a tall hat. Slowly he placed it on his head and rose to his feet. His mother handed him his chocolate, small and still warm, and he cradled it in his hands like the most precious prize. "Mustn't forget the most delicious bit," she said with a wink. He beamed at her, and then he slipped the bar into his pocket. There he was, Willy Wonka, in his plum-coloured tailcoat and fine top hat. Chapter 1. City of Dreams. 7 years later. Willy stood on the deck of an old fishing ship, cloaked in mist and smiling brightly. All around him, the weather-worn crew were busying themselves on deck, and young Mr. Wonka couldn't have looked more out of place in his bright green waistcoat and multicoloured scarf. "7 years I've been at sea," he said to a nearby fisherman who was scrubbing a crate and barely listening. "But now it's time for a new adventure. My next stop is almost upon us." "Oh, really?" the fisherman said. Everyone on board had grown quite used to Willy's strange tales and flights of fancy by now. "Every minute the tide carries me closer to my dreams," Willy said grandly. "Where's that, then?" the fisherman asked. Willy grinned and pointed to the horizon. There, glinting brightly in the winter sun, was the city.